your personal brand is your resume. You know, if you think anybody's hiring off a resume in 3 years, you're out of your god darn mind. You know, 90% of people I know Google you first anyway, no shot. So whether you like it or not, I'm just laughing at people that don't think they're selling, right? You know, the hippie movement in San Francisco in the tech space that sometimes busts my chops, that they're always selling too. They just don't realize it. They're not selling the way, they think they're selling in a different way, but they're not. You know, and what push comes to shove, if you're not selling, you're gonna go out of business. And they always sell out to the big corporations. So, you know, this hierarchy of don't be a salesperson or don't promote yourself, you know, I understand, and being too much is definitely a bad thing, and I'm at fault at that at times, I get it, but I'm just, you know, excited. And I think that it's important to build a personal brand because it's the only thing you're gonna have. Your reputation online and in the new business world is pretty much the game. And so you gotta be a good person because you can't hide anything. And more importantly, you've gotta be out there at some level. I mean, if you've ever left a comment on a blog, or if you create a profile page on any public site, you are a personal brand. You may not be a big one. You know, Timmy behind in accounting may have a Facebook page that's public and a Twitter. You know, Timmy's a personal brand. He may not be hustling for it, but I promise you, Timmy, if you want to be an accountant at VaynerMedia one day, I'm looking that up. So, you know, it's a platform that can allow you to do very special things. It's not something you can run away from. You know, being, you know, an introvert is not a negative. You know, you don't have to be obnoxious and over the top. You can be yourself, that's just fine. But to be naive to the world we're moving towards, where information's at your fingertips and it's readily available and everything you do is being monitored, you know, you have a problem with Big Brother, you take that up with the era that you were born in. You know, take that up with your parents or God or the world. But the fact of the matter is you're here and you've got skates on and a hockey stick, and I don't want to hear you crying about wanting to be a basketball player. And if that analogy doesn't make sense, I understand, but the fact of the matter is this, you know, we're living in a very connected, transparent, everybody knows your business world, and I think you need to embrace that and harness it, not run away from it, because really it's the reality of the marketplace. Putting it out there, right? Like, you know how many junior level executives sit in meetings and want to vomit all over the place from what's being said and say, oh my God, the senior management or the CEO or my boss just doesn't get it? The ability for you to create a blog or to tweet about your thoughts, and I understand you can get fired, so you've got to be smart. I'm not telling you to go rogue here. You know, people get mad at me when I say that. I'm not telling people to grab guns and go into post offices. I'm just saying to, you know, this is America, it's not Russia. You know, you have the right to, you know, speak your mind, you know, and so obviously you've got to be respectful to the rules of the company that pays your bills, and you can't get fired and you don't want to go on unemployment. But, you know, I think it's very smart of, you know, somebody writing, I have an idea, and just putting it out there, because once you put out your smarts, you've got a real shot. And VaynerMedia charges, you know, tons of money, you know, a hefty amount of money a month consulting, but I put a lot of it out for free on GaryVaynerchuk.com. The reason it works is because I talk in theory there, and when I have a client, we talk specifics. And there's a lot of nuances and navigation through specifics. And that's kind of where that's at.